Welcome to Pod Heaven, everybody.
We're back.
And there's the theme song. I really think this should be our theme song.
I would not mind.
It's classy, right?
Very classy, man.
Gotta have class.
Just imagine walking into like a club. You know?
Club vibes, bar vibes, the saxophone.
Because I go to so many clubs.
That's your favorite activity?
Yeah.
Especially during quarantine, right?
Yeah, they're empty.
You just like going to clubs by yourself.
Yeah, basically.
I went to a concert by myself one time.
Did you make some friends?
I think, I made a few.
There you go. That's a good way to do it.
That's where people got their guards down.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
For sure.
they're ready to just party. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 2. You thought we were done after 1. You were wrong. We're back.
We're back.
What's going on, Devin?
Not much, man.
What have you been up to?
Well, I just got my gym set up in the garage, and that was pretty awesome.
Nice.
You know, had my first big boy workout.
Big boy workout.
Yeah, a couple times this week, actually. It was great.
Nice.
Lifting heavy, just doing some squats and deadlifts and bench press.
Cool.
Yeah, I felt really good.
I got my workout 4 days this week.
4 days?
Yep.
Dang.
So that's a big improvement from last week because I got none last week.
Okay. Well, that's generally how you go. You kind of like, oh, I got to fix it. And then you just peg out in the other direction.
Well, see, my goal was 5. So I got 4. So I shot for the moon and I landed among the stars.
Well, there you go.
You know?
Sometimes that's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah. You know, try not to overdo it too much. Doing a little like 5-day split.
Nice.
Aaron's been, you know, my roommate, Aaron, the younger
right.
guy who's living with us, he's been working out just everything every day.
Yeah.
If he was sitting right here, what'd you tell him about that?
Oh. Well, I don't know. Do you know what his goals are?
He just wants to bulk up because he's super skinny, but he's also like really meticulous. So he wants to be ripped and like sculpted but not just like dirty bulk.
Gotcha.
Know?
Oh yeah. Okay. So no fat. He just wants to gain muscle. Right. Okay. Well, just be prepared. You're going to get a little bit of everything. Otherwise you're going to be going really, 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 really slow so I would just tell you this, focus on form, focus on mastering the 3 big lifts being squat, bench, and deadlift. Make sure you have a really good understanding of what those look like, how to do them. Find somebody who knows what they look like.
Yeah.
Don't just do a bunch of videos and then go, oh, okay, I got this. You know, make sure you actually have some sort of external, somebody giving
professional.
giving you a little bit of coaching, somebody who's got some more experience than you do, and just make sure that you get those down perfectly and just focus on connecting to the muscles. Don't go for just like absolutely destroying, just focus on the squeeze, focus on the form, and just really, really connecting to those muscles. And that is going to set you up just for further success than just blowing yourself up the first few days. And then,
well, he doesn't really have anywhere to do deadlifts, bench press, and squat right now because all we've got is the bands at home.
Yeah.
So, because all this crazy shit's happening.
Yeah, that's good. So, I mean, you can do push-ups. Basically, what you're basically getting there is a push, some upper body push, a lower body hinge, and a lower body squat. If you just focus on trying to figure out how to hinge properly, not rounding through the back, but using your hips to hinge at the hips, and learn how to press. So you can either just do a floor press with soup cans, just learning how to do a proper press, learning how to get your shoulders engaged and just locked down, figuring out, just form.
You don't want to hurt yourself.
Yeah, form is huge because there's nothing worse than going crazy and go just like maxing out, and getting all these gains, but then hurting yourself because your form isn't great.
Yeah.
And then having to step way, way back. So, yeah.
It's pretty good whiskey.
Yeah, dude. You like that one?
Yeah. What is this? What are we drinking here?
It's stolen.
Still, is that what that is?
Yep. It's stolen.
I saw that label. I was like, where'd this come from?
Yeah, it's stolen.
Where'd you steal it from?
I don't know. Where did they steal it from?
You didn't steal it?
I didn't steal it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They stole it from somebody.
Well, they should give it back.
That would be the right thing to do. Yes.
But for now, we're drinking it.
Yeah.
So maybe they stole it from us.
Yo.
And this is them giving it back.
Yeah, they went into the future and they found our future whiskey company, whatever, and they stole it and they brought it back to the present.
Some time travel whiskey, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, it's really good, actually. And we got whiskey rocks.
Yeah.
They're like not ice cubes. They're like stones that you keep in the freezer, and they keep your whiskey nice and cold.
Yeah.
I'm really not supposed to be drinking too much alcohol right now because I had a little accident the other day.
Oh, right.
When I was jamming with Gordo.
That's right. What happened there, man?
Well, I was talking about Gordo last week, one of the artists I've been working with at Pepe.
Yeah.
And man, we have a great time, but we were jamming in his tire shop because he works on cars, on tires, and so he's got this big shop where we jam sometimes, and we just crank it loud. And I was sitting at the drum kit, so he's standing up with his head above his amp, so he really doesn't know how loud it is, but it's pointing right at me because I'm sitting down at the drums, and I was having a great time on the drums, dude. I'm getting to be a pretty good drummer.
Nice.
Devin's a really good drummer, if you guys didn't know. We're going to talk a little bit about our old band later.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm jamming with Gordo. He's cranking it up. And I was like, this is pretty loud. We should probably turn it down. But I was just having such a great time. And got to a point where I had to stand up and walk away.
Yeah.
And just because I like felt something really bad happening in my ear. Like I had never felt from loud noise before. And so I stand up, I walk away. He's like, oh, am I too loud? And I'm like, yeah, you're too loud, bro. You got to turn it down. And so we kept jamming for a little bit, a little quieter after that. And I went home. I kind of felt better on the way home, but I couldn't hear my stereo. My car stereo is all the way up. Could barely hear it. And I was like, there's something really wrong here. I really damaged my hearing. And
Oh, no.
Sure enough, I got home and I'm trying to sleep. And I was up till like 4 a.m. with just this crazy ringing in my ears.
Oh.
And it first started off just in the left ear. And then it started moving to the right ear. And then they started like changing pitch.
What?
So the left one's like higher than the right one. And so they're phasing in my head. And it was so loud, dude. It was so loud in my head. And then, I was smoking weed trying to calm down, but I felt like that was making it worse. It was like just making me more anxious about it.
Get paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was scary, man. I'm going to wear earplugs from now on when I jam, when I go to concerts, not when I'm in the studio, because we can keep everything at a healthy volume when we're there.
Yeah.
But when you're jamming and you want to have fun, you crank it up. But
Yeah.
I remember Uncle Joe telling us, because he's got tinnitus, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that exactly?
I'm not sure. It's just an itis of your ears, And the way he explained it was, it just sounds like there's like a constant, never ceasing, constant humming in your ears, overlaying everything.
God, that's awful.
So, and it just never goes away.
That'd be so horrible for a guy like me.
Yeah, exactly. Like you'd have to work around it, Or I don't even know how you would do that. It's just constantly there.
I guess they probably have technology to counteract that. But I remember at our old church where I used to play at, some of the older folks with hearing aids would complain when I brought my electric guitar because that would like affect their hearing weird. And they really responded well to acoustic instruments, but
Interesting.
But I'm telling you, like I was freaking out. I was having a full blown panic attack. I was shaking.
Yeah.
Ashley was trying to calm me down, and something really interesting happened when I was shaking, where if I had Ashley told me to hold my breath because there's too much oxygen in my body because I'm going
hyperventilating
because I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
She says, hold your breath, let your body use the oxygen that's already in there. Is that kind of?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, but
I just think you know everything about the human body.
yeah, no, I can't. I can't. I'm not a brain surgeon or nothing. I can't do. But anyway, so you're holding your breath.
Yeah,
That was
holding
working?
my breath. It was working.
Yeah.
And that's what stopped the shaking. And eventually I just, had to keep telling myself this is only going to get worse if I keep worrying about it. The only thing that's going to help me right now is just to be in the quiet.
Yeah.
I had the fan on so that I could hear something, so I could know I'm still hearing.
Not just quiet, like, oh, where'd it go? Dang. How long did that last?
It was till 4 a.m. I fell asleep at 4 a.m. And the next day I was having some problems in and out with the ringing.
Yeah.
But today, it hasn't been too big of a deal. I think I'm kind of tricking myself sometimes into thinking that things around me is ringing in my ears because I'm so like concerned about that right now. That's like at the forefront of my brain. But I think they ring a little bit all the time because I just listen to loud music and I'm a producer. So
yeah, I remember going to like my first concert. It's like Hawk Nelson or something like that.
Nelson.
Yeah, but yeah, we
did your ears ring the next day?
A couple days.
Couple days.
Yeah. That was. I was always wearing ear protection with like when I'm playing drums and stuff. I would always wear ear protection and stuff like that. But that was the first time I went there. No earplugs, nothing, and I was up at the front.
Yeah,
as one does, and yeah, it was
dude,
ringing.
it's no different of an experience going to a concert with earplugs.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's not?
It's not. Because if you go without earplugs, then, Eric told me a long time ago that when you hear loud noises and your ears need to protect themselves, they'll pull a layer of wax down to protect your eardrum.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But also just like, being around loud noises, they start to sound quieter.
Right.
Which is why the guitar player is always turning up his amp every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So, but if you go with earplugs, your ears are already protected from that noise. So it still sounds about the same because your ears will start to sound quieter after a while if you go without earplugs. At least in my experience.
Yeah. Well, is that because your hearing's like failing? Or is it just because your body's...
I don't know, but after you go to a concert, everybody sounds muffled.
Yeah.
And what is that? Is that because your ears are protecting themselves or?
Yeah, it could be. I know that happens a lot of times just with, just like in fitness and stuff, is just if your body's experiencing too much of something, it's going to, adjust towards the other way. So it makes sense to me that would happen with your hearing. Like if it's too loud, that your body would just be like, oh, let's just turn it down a bit.
Yeah.
But then it comes back later. But so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but that makes sense. But yeah. But you're good now though, huh?
I think so. I think I'm slowly getting better.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need those. You need your ears.
I do, man. Yeah, so I'm going to be careful. I put out a tweet and I just told everybody to just be super careful. We've got Pod Heaven on Twitter now. Got Pod Heaven on Instagram and Facebook now.
Nice. That's great.
We got a social media for all that.
Love it. Thanks for doing that.
Sure, man.
It was awesome.
It's good. It's good learning experience for me.
Yeah.
It's really not fun. I don't have as much fun doing the social media stuff.
Yeah.
But it actually helps me with it.
Good.
And, it's a necessary step of the process in being an artist, getting content out there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at the beginning. You know, you need to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
You know, when you're starting out. So,
yeah. And just having an Instagram page with a couple followers will give you some leverage with other, you know, creatives.
Right.
You've had to shift a lot of your business to online. What's been your experience with social media? And we were just talking earlier about an issue with your Instagram thumbnails.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I think yes, you can do this. You can use your phone. I was using my phone to record the video, and you can have the phone. I didn't know this. Upside down.
Upside down.
You can film like it makes total sense now. Like that, your phone would be like, make sure you have the cameras at the top of your phone. If you flip the phone over and the camera, like the cameras are at the bottom of your phone, then it's upside down.
We're talking about a sideways video too.
Yes,
because obviously it's easy to tell if your phone's literally right side up.
Yeah, that's easy to do. But if you have your phone right side up, if you turn it to the left, well, it could be upside down.
Yeah,
I think that is upside down. If you
make sure you're holding your phone.
Yeah,
the right way.
Exactly. So
when you film videos.
I was doing it upside down. So I had the phone, the cameras at the bottom of the phone or whatever. And so every time I go to upload it onto Instagram, my little thumbnail's upside down.
Yeah.
And no matter what I do, it's always upside down.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling that's what the problem is. But yeah, it's hilarious that
all those little problems, just social media, that's all it is really. It's just dealing with these tedious little things. Yeah. And that's why lots of people just hire social media people to do that.
Yeah, they pay you. You can pay people good money to do that.
And Ashley used to do that professionally. So it's good to have her around.
That's good.
While we're doing that stuff.
Nice.
And she drew us a logo.
Yes. I like it. I like where that's going.
That's cool.
She's pretty artistic.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
I had a question for you. What was my question? Oh yeah. Did you
stolen whiskey?
It's stolen, guys. Careful. If the cops catch you with that, they might want it back. That's who made it. Anyway, sorry.
Cops.
That was so dumb. I said that. Anyways.
What was your question?
Did you listen to that song I sent you?
What's it called?
The 1 in a Million.
No.
By Dance Gavin Dance.
I saw it on the TV when it came in.
Yeah.
I didn't know you sent it to me.
Oh, I sent it to you and Michael.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyways,
what about it?
It's really good. Well, Dance Gavin Dance just came off their album. They dropped it a couple days ago. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I'm supposed to be the music guy.
I've been waiting for this. News. I was checking every day, waiting for new songs to come out because I really like what they're coming out with. But
they're a great band. Their vocalist is crazy. What's his name? Do you know?
I don't know names.
I'm supposed to know this shit.
Yeah. See, I was hoping you would. Anyways, but I think that the best song on that album is the 1 in a Million, at least right now. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I think that's the best one. Mainly because the vocals just go insane at the end. Yeah. It is just like...
So you hitting high notes and stuff?
Yeah. Harmonizing, and they even do like this little acapella thing at the end.
Cool.
Oh, it's so good. If you haven't... Yeah, it's really
That's
good.
really cool.
And just harmonizing. And it's funny because I like listening to them because most of the time when I listen to music, I like to listen to metal and stuff because the drums are very, very present. They're complicated.
Complex.
And very fun to listen to. And so being a drummer, it's really cool to have get some of the, the different double pedal patterns and stuff on there. But
dude, I'm a rock and roll drummer.
Yeah,
I can do 16th notes.
Lock. Yeah.
And that's like everything I do is divided up on that grid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not doing swing. I was experimenting a little bit trying to do some swing with Gordo the other day, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Drums are weird.
Drums are weird. You have to be very just like disconnected almost.
Yeah.
Like you almost have to develop a different brain for your legs and a different brain for your hands, and just be able to just like, in a sense, just
not
think and just let your kind of subconscious take over and just do, and so your body just takes over and just does it. Like, one thing that I wish I would have done playing drums is learn how to do what are they called? Rudiments and stuff, like paradiddles and flam tap and all that stuff. I didn't get into that just because my attention span is a little bit short as it is, especially when I was in middle school and high school, and I was really kind of honing where I was going with that. And I didn't necessarily have the patience and the focus to sit down and learn all of these rudiments and stuff. So, but I've started doing that now, and a couple of times where you just put the metronome on, and then it's almost like you're just sitting there watching your body just go in autopilot. It's really weird, and your hands just start doing things, and you're like, I'm not telling myself to do this. It's just happening. Yeah. And it's so bizarre, and you have to be able to do that.
I think the metronome would really help you get in touch with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is, okay. If there's any drummers out there that are just starting, eat your vegetables, play your rudiments, and play to a metronome.
Now we're potting.
You'll thank me later. So, yeah.
Oh my God. That's funny. Any instrument you're playing, really. Play to a metronome.
Yes.
Because once you get in the studio, first thing your producer's going to do.
Yeah. That was.
First thing you're going to get in your ear. In the booth.
That was a crazy kind of like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'd never played to a metronome before then. So.
Shock to the system.
Yeah, exactly.
When we were recording with Silver Remains.
Yes, it really was. It really was.
Let's talk about that for a little bit.
That was the perfect transition.
We're getting better at this shit, Devin.
Already.
Dude, it's the whiskey. It's the stolen whiskey.
It's stolen, guys. There's something in it.
Is that the title of this episode? Stolen
whiskey? Sure. Let's do it. Yeah. I like this. This is cool. Got good vibes.
This one's called Dangerous Cello Vibes. Ooh. This one's real juicy. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Rolling Roads.
Oh. Different.
I'm going to close out with Dangerous Cello Vibes.
Dang, I like this one. This is good.
That's nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. A little bit of bongos going on in there.
Nice. Is that what those are?
Yeah. A little bit of piano.
Cool.
Found a pretty good piano on my home rig. We got tons of great pianos at the studio, but found a pretty good piano on my home rig to make some of those beats.
Nice.
And that beat mixtape is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
The one that I knew was gonna pop was the one that popped.
Yeah.
And it was the Spanish guitar beat. It's got like
really?
80, yeah. Dang. It's got like 80 plays, and then the rest of them have like 10 to 30 or somewhere in there.
Wow.
So
that's random thing. That album that came out by Dance Gavin Dance, apparently the singer is fluent in Spanish.
No
so
way.
He just busted out a Spanish song.
Oh my God.
So
what label are they signed to? Dude, we gotta freaking.
I don't know. I could probably find it real quick.
You should find that out because, artists have so much more freedom these days to
they do
whatever they want.
They do.
You might find an album from an artist that's just completely diverse with like 4 different genres on it. Mm-hmm. Because you can upload your music to all platforms from home now.
Yeah.
With platforms like DistroKid and TuneCore. Those two websites for a very, 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 very low price will distribute your music to Spotify, iTunes, and frickin' all the other ones that nobody listens to. Napster, that nobody maybe listens to in America, but overseas, That's how you get your music in front of those people. There's websites out there that'll do it for you. Did you find their label?
Yeah, apparently it's Rise.
Rise Records.
Yeah.
That's the same one with Memphis Mayfire.
Yeah.
And
I knew a guy. He was
Devil's
at,
Prada, I think.
he was at Devil's Prada. He went to my church. He was actually signed to Rise.
No way.
Yeah. He said it was a nightmare.
Really?
Yeah. It's hard to get paid. You basically, they give you a loan and then you go record your album.
Uh-huh.
And then all of your album sales, every penny of it goes to pay off that debt until
it's done.
until it's paid off. Then you start getting paid. So all they got paid was from merch. I don't know if that's how it is with everybody, but
Well,
apparently it's rough.
here's the deal. I mean, you're hardly going to make any money from streams anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you do distribute it on your own, make your own label by signing up for DistroKid
Right.
or TuneCore,
Right.
you're barely going to get paid anything from those streams because it's like 0.0001 cents a stream.
Right. Right.
You know?
It's just the way that it is at the beginning.
Yeah.
You really have to be putting a lot of volume through
What
you're doing.
If you get 1 million streams, you might make 10 grand in a year.
Right.
But like, you just never know. And so that's the way to do it, is to go on tour.
Yeah. Sell merch. That's where he said he got all of his, revenue from. The band
Sell
was.
merch.
He was selling merch. So
Yep. There's also lots of, like, as far as like making money off of your music goes, there's a website called Patreon.
Yep. That's a good one. And it's cool because you don't even have to be a musician. You could be a YouTube channel. You could be a Twitch streamer, photographer,
painter.
Yeah.
Friggin' anything.
Exactly. You don't. So that's a good one. You just go on there and you just get Patreons.
Patreon, somebody signs up and, you can set a minimum donation amount of like $1.
Yeah.
And they sign up to donate to your thing every month, and so you can.
Yeah. Or a one-time thing. It could be a one-time thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, you can set it up monthly donation or a one-time deal.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
Well, I'd be pushing to get monthly donations.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
For sure. But, yeah, making money on there, people can give you a fee or sign up for an amount to support you with every month. But yeah, streams, you're not going to be making too much money off that.
Yeah. No.
If you get your Bent Beat has a couple songs in like commercials.
Yeah.
And on the radio. Yep. And every time those play, Dave gets residuals because it's his company. And yeah, I think they've been doing that since before we recorded our album with them with Silver Remains.
Dang. So they've been, wow, that's cool. That's pretty cool. So how has it kind of changed since we were around? Or should we back up a little bit?
No, I think that's great. It's really, well, they got a studio now.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's not in my room this time.
That's funny because when we recorded our album, they brought all our stuff over to our house. We're brothers. I don't think we ever mentioned that in our first episode.
No? Oh, yeah.
But it's on our social media and everything.
Yeah. So we're brothers. We're related.
Yeah. By blood.
He's older.
No. No, Devin's older.
Yeah.
I blew the laughter right away. I could have.
Yeah,
But yeah, we threw our amps in the closets.
Yep.
And put mics in front of them, just hung blankets over them. We put Brendan in the bathroom.
Brendan.
Freaking Brendan.
He's a cool guy.
He's a character.
But
it's funny to watch him on Facebook now because he just hasn't changed much.
No, he's the same person, huh?
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, we stuck amps in the microwave. What?
We stuck our amps in the closets. What did we do with the drums?
They were electric.
They brought over an electric kit, huh?
Yeah.
Set it up in the bonus room at our mom's house.
Yep.
And my mom...
This was in high school.
Yeah, because our mom did the bookkeeping
for
or
Bent Beat.
some bookkeeping for Dave.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what all she does for Bent Beat, but I know that Dave and her work together, and Mom was really good friends with Sam, Dave's wife. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how we got introduced to Dave.
Yeah, that's how we got started with Bent Beat. Just recording in our house. Yeah. I think we recorded like a little bit at one of the locations where they had their studio set up, but then like we couldn't use it for whatever. We got a new singer or something, or
no. What ended up happening was Dave was going to be like, give us a little bit of like, oh, here's a little bit of just I'm gonna help you guys out a little bit.
Yeah,
because
we had a meeting at his house in the basement,
and then he left, and he just let us have it for a week, for the weekend, or like 3 days, and we just recorded, right?
Oh,
or was he there? That. I think he was there, like in the evenings.
I thought we just had a little meeting and then we recorded at the house. Remember the house in Vancouver, where Bent Beat used to be located?
Yeah, I remember staying the night for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, no, he was there the whole time.
He was there the whole time. Yeah, we just recorded for a while, and then when we left, he went to his partners and was like, yo, listen to these guys.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it all started.
He said, check this out. And we didn't get back in there for a while until the studio got shut down. And so it didn't get shut down. It just wasn't working. It wasn't working out. Yeah. So they had to move on from that place. And we're actually, moved on from there, recorded our album at home. Tried to play some shows, tried to sell some CDs. Played a pretty big show at Esther Short Park, right?
Yeah.
That was big.
That was pretty big. That was like
100 people maybe?
Yeah.
That was our biggest show.
The biggest show. It was a huge venue too.
Yeah.
So outside venue, downtown Vancouver, Washington.
And up until then, we played at the Hawthorne Theater in Portland, the Analog, the Roseland Theater, the... What else? The Red Room, which I don't even know is around anymore.
Yeah, that was like a one-time deal because somebody else invited us or something. But
we got to play with Jet Force Gemini there.
Yes. That was fun. I like that one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah, the Red Room was good.
But it's funny because you were underage at that point.
Yep. They put big black X's on my hands.
Yeah, so you couldn't buy anything, even though. I mean, you don't look old for your age, so it's not like you could pull it off. But anyways, and then they just were like, okay, you can get your guitar as soon as it's time for you to play. Get your guitar, go on stage, and once you're done with the stage, get off and leave.
You leave. I only spent a total of like 40 minutes in the bars because we played at Malibu's too.
Yep. That was a little more chill.
Yep. We played at Brick House.
Brick House,
and we played at Irish Town.
That one was my favorite.
Irish Town. That was so fun, dude.
It doesn't exist anymore. But,
not even there anymore.
That was really fun just because, one, it was local, so we could just go there, play our show, hang out, have a couple drinks, and then go.
Yeah. And we started playing covers once we got to that venue.
Yeah, that's when
people started loving those. Then we started seeing people dance at our concerts, like the older crowd when we played Paralyzer by Finger 11.
Yep.
We played some Nickelback songs and some
Chop
System of a Down, Chop Suey. Yep.
That was good. That was a lot of fun. People really liked that one. I remember the first, we only set up because most of the time they were like, oh, you can have like a 15, 20 minute set. So we have like 10 minutes to tear down in between.
Yeah.
And they were like, but once your show is over, get off. So we usually only played 5 songs, and got on there and only had a set list for 5 songs. And we got up there and we played our 5 songs. And then we were like quiet for a second. They're like, all right, keep going.
Yeah.
And they were like, what do we do? So we just played another song randomly and it turned out great. But
that was Encore, right?
Yep.
That became Encore on the record. That was a song we were writing. I think the first time we played that was at the Hawthorne Theater.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Pop Culture. We didn't even talk about Pop Culture.
Oh, man.
We owned that place,
we
bro.
We did. I think we were the biggest show that they had ever seen.
We'd play there like twice a month.
No, we played there once. And we
a month?
packed it. And then they kind of dissolved.
We played more than once there, though.
Did we?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because we played a couple times with Brendan. We played a couple times with Eric.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And we played at least once with Grant.
You're right. Yes. Yeah,
we own that place.
Mm-hmm. I think we were the biggest show. Like the first time that we were there, it was packed. I mean, the place wasn't very big, but it was still packed.
Dude.
Which was a good feeling. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I think that was the first time we played there.
Yeah, there's maybe 30 people there, but they're all shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Watching us.
So pop culture was like this underage. They tried to be this underaged bar thing where they wouldn't sell liquor. They wouldn't sell, alcohol. They would sell soda instead. Yeah. And apparently, like my roommate Eric, he would go to VSAA, which is the Vancouver School of Arts, and that was like the spot for like the high schoolers and middle schoolers there, because it was like a couple blocks from their school and they could just walk down there. So he's got lots of stories about when it, what he would do in high school and middle school and stuff, and just go down there, and they had just like ridiculous sodas, like, and this was kind of before energy drinks were a real thing. So they kind of had energy drink-esque stuff there. Anyways, they had just weird stuff.
Yeah, they had a bunch of weird sodas.
Yeah. And that was their thing. And then they would have live bands there from the schools, and the
front of the stage was like a foot high.
Yeah, that was the coolest part.
And all across the front of it was bottle caps. Pressed into the wood.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. So then they just had like this little venue for people who couldn't go to a bar.
Yeah.
And it was awesome for a while.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it changed ownership a number of times, and finally it kind of just pooped out. But it was a pretty cool spot for up and coming bands.
Yeah, that was the place to go in Vancouver if you were a new band
that couldn't play in bars.
Dude, I wanted to own that place someday.
Yeah, if it had good ownership, it probably would have lasted a lot longer. Maybe. But it's hard to tell.
Dude.
It's hard to tell.
Culture, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, anyways,
so what happened to the band after we just kind of got busy, right?
Yeah,
started working full time in advance.
Yeah, I grew up a little bit. Yeah, now I was working. This is when I was going to go full time into fitness. So that was kind of when I jumped out.
Well, Grant also took off, which was our singer at the time. He had some obligations in California, apparently.
Yeah, he had to move to California, kind of on short notice there, and
we had already been through like 4 or 5 singers at that point, so we just didn't want to keep looking.
Yeah, exactly, and
but we still played a few shows with Eric singing after that, didn't we? No, we didn't go back to that.
No, we only after Grant left, we were pretty much done. We didn't play any shows after that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because when Michael, our other brother, my twin, quit playing bass, that's when we kind of shifted people around a little bit to figure out what was, just how to make it work. Yeah, and then Grant. Yeah, we did that for probably 6 months or something, and then Grant had to take off.
Well, Silver Remains was a thing for about 5 years, right?
Yeah.
5, maybe 6.
It was quite a while. I mean, it was, I mean,
we used to have practice every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday.
And we'd open the windows when we were practicing, and people would come out in our neighborhood because we lived at our parents' house, and we'd have band practice at the house.
Yeah.
And everybody would come out into the cul-de-sac when we played to listen to our music.
Yeah. All the kids.
In that neighborhood.
Yeah.
In some of the neighborhoods we played in before that, they weren't as fond of us, right?
Yeah. I remember this one time we were playing in this room, and it was just a little tiny room. It was just barely big enough for, my bed. It was my room, my bed, my drums, and like 2 amps. And then we were all just crammed in there. So, and we're rocking out. And it's like, I don't know, July or August. So it's really hot out. So I would open the window and
we had to have the window open.
Yeah.
So it would get so stuffy in there.
Yeah. And if you're a drummer, you know what it is. You're playing hard, you're sweating. And on top of it, it's just ridiculously hot in that room. So I'd open up the window, and then we're playing a random song, just one of our songs, and all of a sudden I hear this dude yelling at me from behind me, just yelling. And I'm like, whatever. I ignored it because I thought it was like somebody talking to my dad. And then it just kept going and going. So I turn around, I look out the window, and there's some dude yelling at us.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Because our backyard didn't have a fence in one part, so you could just walk back there. And he's like yelling at us. I just turn around, see him yelling, close the window, turn around, start playing again. Just didn't acknowledge him.
No, I think when the song ended, though, he lifted his voice even more, and he was like, hello.
Yes. It's like, hey! And I turned around, and I thought it was my dad, but then I noticed it was not my dad.
He's like, can you close the fucking window?
I just closed the window on him. I'm like, whatever. And everybody's like, what? What was that? It's like, oh, some dude. We just keep going.
That's a constant struggle.
Yeah.
When you're a musician, is trying to find a place where you can be loud and not bother anybody. I've been kicked out of apartments.
Yep.
I've been
kicked
fucking
out?
yelled at. Oh yeah. My apartment in Hazeldale got kicked out.
Right.
Music was too loud.
Yeah.
But right now at Bent Beat, we have a personal trainer
What do you do?
next door to us. So he's throwing around his weights all day, and we're blasting music all day.
He's probably blasting his music, huh?
We're having a great time. Yeah, exactly.
Does that interfere?
No, not
His
at all.
music? Okay,
No,
good.
because we got everything isolated in there.
Right. Yeah. that
Everything's
makes sense.
soundproof.
That's funny.
And there's even stuff we can do in post-production if something creeps through,
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. That's cool. That's great.
That's been awesome, dude, having him next door. He's a really cool guy.
That's
You
pretty
guys,
funny.
you personal trainer guys,
Yeah. We
you guys are pretty cool. How about this one?
Is this the vibes one?
Dangerous Cello Vibes.
Nice.
This is a little bit more workout-esque.
Yeah, I could work out to this. Feel more like body weight exercises. That's just what pops into my brain for some reason.
Yeah, dude, you see the guy like in the dungeon doing pull-ups.
Doing pull-ups with chains.
Have you ever worked out with chains?
I've never been able to find a gym that works out with chains, that has chains available, but
I
that's
see
pretty
some guys
intense.
doing that.
Yeah, it's a good.
The weights hanging below them with the chains on them. They're doing pull-ups.
Have you seen the ones where they like wrap chains around their bench press?
No.
It changes the I'm spacing on the word, but the curve, the resistance curve, because when you get the weight down, it's harder to get the weight back up from the bottom. But as you get up, it gets
easier to get it back from like here. Yeah.
So then when you put chains on it and you flip it, so then as you come down, the chains lower down onto the floor and kind of stack up on the ground. And then as you push the bar away, it brings more chains up off the ground and changes that curve so that it's heavier at the top. So you can overload the top of the lift instead of the bottom. It's pretty crazy. Lots of like power lifters use it. Some bodybuilders and stuff like that.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like you're doing pretty good, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets more difficult at the top.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That would just flip the whole script for me if I was trying to bench press or.
Yeah.
Can you do them with squats too? And
Oh yeah, you can do it with anything that has a barbell. You can do it with bands too. As you hook the bands around the end. If you have if you're doing a deadlift, you can have a different platform. You can hook the bands on the outside of it, and as you pull the bar up, the bands get more stretched out, so it gets it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So
Same thing with the bands.
yeah, so that you can use bands or chains, and they kind of work the same way. But they might have different applications depending on if you're a lot of athletes use them. People like Joe DeFranco.
Well, I've been using the bands a lot. And I've also been using Ashley just got these boxing things. So we got the MMA gloves.
Got the boxing mitts.
and
in the pads,
the pads, so you can do partner exercise. But what we did was we strapped one of the pads to the concrete post in the basement. I thought it was concrete. It's actually wood. Kyle informed us politely that it was actually made out of wood, and we probably shouldn't be doing this, but we're punching the pad when it's tied to the post. So we're probably going to tie it somewhere else or just keep doing the partner thing. Because
have you seen that one video going around of I'm not sure how old this is, but I just recently saw it, of this dude. He's got one of those pads and it's attached to the wall, and he kicks the pad a couple of times, just like whap, whap. And then he does a big wind up kick. And as he starts to go into the kick, the pad falls off the wall.
Oh, fuck.
Bam! He just kicks the wall as hard as he can.
Ashley kicked the post this morning.
Ugh.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah. It's...
Yikes. That's like some shit you'd see on Fail Army.
That's where I saw it.
That's where you saw it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love and hate that show.
Oh, yeah. It's like, what was that show that used to play on just TV?
Jackass?
Not Jackass. The America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
And there was always the one dude with like, busting his balls on some...
Yeah.
And mom and dad would always be like, I don't know why that's funny.
No, we'd always say that as a family watching this. That's not funny.
That's not funny.
That's not funny
That's
at all.
Really not funny. But that's all Fail Army is now, is on YouTube.
People getting scorpioned and shit.
Oh, yeah. Like Joe Rogan, he's always like, every time he can't watch videos of people hitting their head because of concussions and stuff.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
Everybody thinks it's so funny, but he's just like, oh, that is not. Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
He's not laughing.
Same thing when I see somebody scorpion, because
just know what that's doing.
I had this question for you. Every time I could roll my neck like this.
Yeah.
And just keep on popping it and popping it and popping it and popping it.
Yeah. I mean, I could do that with my ankle. It's just constantly popping.
What's that about?
It usually means, and knowing you is probably what it is that you have a lot of tension. You've always had shoulder issues. You kind of have this kind of more forward head, rounded shoulder posture.
Yeah.
Just from working on the computer all the time.
Yeah.
And that you're probably taking up so much quote unquote slack in kind of your shoulders and your chest and your upper back that your neck doesn't have, like, all the muscles are already on tension. So then you're going like this, and it's just like you're hitting end range of motion and everything's already tight. So if you loosen up your shoulders a little bit, you loosen up your lower back and more thoracic spine, so kind of upper spine, it would feed more slack up into your neck, and it might get rid of the popping.
So you said that the muscles are tight.
Mm-hmm.
So the rolling of my neck is gonna pop, and I should loosen up my back because it comes from my shoulders being rolled forward.
Yeah, if
your shoulders are forward, don't you want to tighten your back and loosen and stretch your chest so that your shoulders pull back?
So think about when you bring your shoulders forward. What is the muscles on your back doing? They're lengthening.
Stretching. Yeah.
They're lengthening. They're getting longer, right? So you get there's a difference between muscles being tight and muscles being contracted.
Okay.
So that doesn't necessarily mean the same thing. Contracted means that the muscle is physically its shortest position. Tight is meaning that it's tight. It's just on constantly.
So a tight muscle is going to have a harder time contracting.
Sometimes it means that your body is more connected to that muscle and it's over the top. But even at a lengthened position, it's still on.
Okay.
Constantly, right? So, because right now I can sit here and I can flex my pecs, right?
Without even really, like...
Well, I mean, I'm just like, I've got a connection to it and it's tight. It's on, right? But I can tell it to turn off.
Okay.
But sometimes your muscles are just constantly on.
So
all the time.
Yeah.
So they're tight, right? They're lengthened but tight at the same time. So that's kind of what that is. So if you have overactive tight muscles because you're kind of always hanging on this end range, basically.
Yeah.
If you get more mobility in the chest and shoulders, then your back muscles don't have to constantly be on. And they're in that position a little bit better, right? So
Nice.
that could be why. So if you just give yourself a little bit more mobility in the front and you get your shoulders back and down into that position, you'll actually give your neck and kind of the back of your head a little bit more room to move, and then it doesn't constantly crack and pop.
Yeah.
So
you think like massage therapy helps with that too?
Mm-hmm. If you get a good massage therapist that's not in there just to like make you get the pain face, because there are a lot of massage therapists that are like, oh, if they make the pain face, then I'm doing the right thing. But if they have a good kind of understanding and grasp on anatomy, and flexibility and mobility and where the body should be and what should be tight and what shouldn't be, then they can get in there and go, okay, you need more access to more slack in the back of your neck. Then, okay, let's give you a little bit. Let's find out what's tight, what's around that, and kind of looking more at a global view as opposed to just going, your neck is tight. Okay, let me get my knuckles in your neck and okay, have a good day. Which isn't always the best thing. It can, And
then you've got chiropractors that'll give you an adjustment that you'll need again in a week.
Yeah, that's why I mean, chiropractors are needed. I see a chiropractor, and but you also need to go.
You see a chiropractor?
Yeah, on a regular basis, I see a chiropractor, and just because so what a chiropractor does is he just forces you into the positions that you need to be in. Right, he just forces you into the positions, but then you go back to your life, and it slowly kind of go back, and then you go back to the chiropractor. He forces you into the positions that you need to be, and then you slowly go back. So if you don't do anything in between your visits to a chiropractor, you're just in this endless, perpetual loop that never gets fixed, and your pain never goes away. It goes away for a couple of days, and then you go back to the life that you were just living. And you don't fix anything that caused the pain in the begin with. Yeah. But if you that's why chiropractors always should, not all chiropractors do, but they always should work with a personal trainer to help you stay in those positions. So they push you into those positions. You go see your personal trainer, and they educate you and put you into the good positions that you need to be so that you stay there.
That makes sense.
So,
because there's working out, because we do things, I've heard you say this before, where we do things all day that throw us all out of whack. Mm-hmm. And working out is not only meant to build muscle. It's not only meant for losing weight. It's not only meant for looking good and feeling great. It's for, counteracting the stress that we put on our body every day by doing all these things that we're not meant to do. Right. Like sitting in front of a computer all day. Like sitting in a car all day.
Yeah. If you think about it, you sit in front of a computer and you reach forward and you type, right? Think of this as a rep, right? This is 1 rep of doing this. 2 reps of doing this. And you're doing reps.
They're 15-minute reps.
Yeah, 15-minute reps. Yeah, exactly. And then, so now you're, in a sense, strengthening yourself in this position, right?
Sure.
So that's why you need to kind of understand what you're doing throughout the day. So then you can go in the gym and counteract it.
You're trying to tell your body's natural, relaxed position to be like this all day. And so when you go home and you go like this, your arms are like, whoa, we're in a different spot now. We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be like this. Mm-hmm. That's what we train for. That's what we've been training for.
Yeah. And your body kind of goes, oh, look, I'm in this position a lot. Let me make it easier to get into that position.
Yeah.
And then it shortens all the muscles to help you get into these positions and be good and efficient.
So you're putting strain on your muscle when you're in a relaxed position.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. That's a good way of looking at it. So now you have to fight against your body's natural instincts to get into good posture. Yeah. We all know we need to sit up straight. We all know we need to keep our head back, shoulders down. But we're training our bodies to not be in that position. So now then we get strong in these positions we know we're not supposed to be in, and then we try to go get into these positions, and we're fighting our body to get into these good positions, and it just causes issues.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
Well, last week we were talking a little bit. This is all great info on fitness. Last week we were talking a little bit about that movie Holy Chicken.
Oh yeah,
Did you happen to watch that movie?
I didn't
this
watch
week?
it. No, I haven't even seen the Super Size Me movie.
Oh,
So
we should watch both those before we do the next podcast,
okay.
and we should talk about
We
it.
got a little homework to do, huh?
That'd be fun. That'd be good.
Let's do it.
But we were talking about big chicken and words like organic, free range, and you were talking about a guy. I don't remember if you ever mentioned his name.
I did not. I didn't know who his name was.
Is it the guy who pretty much controls big chicken?
No, it's not that guy. That guy's not.
Not anything to do with big chicken.
No, it has nothing to do with him. Let me see. His name is Randy Constant.
Randy Constant.
That's his name. And so you might have heard about what happened with him. But he was a big supplier in the organic scene. Ranging from grains and grains, chicken, steak.
Okay.
So he did a lot. He just to give you an idea of what he did. He did $120 million. He did in the organic scene, right? And he had a couple of other farmers that he was working with. And so grains and soybeans.
So this guy's in the business of distributing organic food.
Yeah, he was certified organic, just food, mainly grain and soybeans.
Okay.
But he had other things too that he was doing from chicken and steak,
Okay.
eggs and steak.
So then what happened?
So apparently he was wrongfully labeling his foods. It says right here, 20 million in sales was of tainted grains. 7% of what he was selling was organic.
So that might not even really been his fault.
No, it was 100%. He had some other people that he was doing this on purpose. He was cutting corners. He was specifically from what I can tell is he was basically mixing his grains. So whatever percentage organic, whatever percentage not organic, mixed and sending it to his customers and claiming to be a 100% certified organic food is what he was claiming to be. Right.
So he's pumping them full of additives.
Yeah.
And calling it organic.
Yeah. And or actually having like 100% organic stuff and having not organic stuff and mixing the two.
To create more volume.
Yes, exactly. So cutting costs and
that's like when people sell drugs, they'll cut it with bad shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That can really hurt you.
Yeah, it's not new. It's not a different scheme. It's just he did it on weight. Yeah, he just did it on out in a different way in the organic scene basically.
And when did this happen?
2016. So he did this from 2010 to 2017 is when he was doing it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
throw away any beans you got between two.
Hopefully you don't have those around, but yeah. But guess what happened to him?
What?
So he got sentenced to 10 years in prison.
10 years.
Yeah. And then apparently a couple of people got a couple years also involved with that. But guess how many of those he actually served?
How many?
0. Do you know why?
Why?
He committed suicide.
Oh my God.
After that. Yeah. So he apparently had a family, huge company, got sentenced for 10 years and then couldn't take it.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah. So
this world is not about money.
No, it's not.
Being successful, being rich, I don't think rich is a part of successful anymore.
No. No.
What does success mean to you, Devin? That is one question we had from our fans that we didn't get to last week.
Yeah, what does success mean to me? Just being able to have joy, being able to have peace, being able to have, some sort of like, pride in what I do.
Yeah.
And not just going out making money to make money.
Yeah.
To love what I'm doing, to some extent, right? Not because you're never going to love every second of every minute of your life, right? But to be able to look back over my week and say, that was a good week. I was doing something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I love doing this for the most part, right? Mm-hmm. And being able to
have fun
doing it. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
I never want. I mean, sure, there's going to be a little boring parts, but I never want to look back over the last 5 years of my life and say, that's boring. I hated that. I did not like doing that. So
same here, man. I agree with that. That's funny because the next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years from today?
Yeah. It's interesting. Before this whole coronavirus thing happened, I saw myself with a gym with trainers underneath me.
Yeah.
But things might be changing and I don't know yet. So I don't know if I want to go too much into that, but we will see what happens.
Who knows, bro?
Yeah.
Just get out there and do 100 different things in fitness.
Yeah.
If you know that's what you want to do, it's just whatever's more fun. Just do it. I might not be recording music for other artists for the rest of my life, but I definitely want to do more of that, and I found that that's something that I really enjoy. And I would have never known that if I didn't go work for Bent Beat, just because I wanted to go on tour. You got to taste different things along the way because, when you focus in on one thing, it's like that's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. You got to figure out how to make it interesting and make it fun. So
yeah, exactly.
61 minutes.
There it is.
Anything else you want to tack on the end here?
Man, dude, it's been good. I like where we've been. So, yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Theme song. There it is. Thanks for watching or listening, everybody. Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to the social media followers.
Keep an eye out. We got a lot more social media coming out. So make sure you follow us on... Where can they find us?
They can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, at Pod Heaven, right?
Yeah, so it's Pod Heaven Austin Devin on everything except Twitter, because Twitter's fancy. So it's Pod Heaven AD, and all that's in the description. We'll throw that all down there.
Nice.
Thanks so much, guys. See you next week.